here and being here to be part of this festival. It's a great pleasure for us to really be able to do all of this, not just for us, but for our country and for our youth.
Assalamualaikum. Selamat pagi. I'm very grateful to be here to share about Asian Youth Festival, the first one ever. So we really welcome any questions that you have. Thank you.
Baiklah, lebih luar bahasa Inggeris kerana ia international event. Okay, wah, dipersilakan rakan-rakan media. Mungkin kita nak mulakan, why now? Why this platform and why now?
When we think of the youth, why now? It goes back to what Chris said just now. We are no longer looking at young people who are one-dimensional, simple. The youth are complex, intersecting different interests, not just one thing. We heard on the panel just now, one was a classical pianist, became a CEO of Baseline Sports. One one's a street dancer, and then yourself among us, you were in a boy band. So it shows actually this culture of exploration actually started a long time already, but the youth, they're fearless. So we thought, let's do a festival where everybody is in the same place. Because tak sebenarnya kita e-sport saja e-sport tak. Actually e-sports, I'm interested in fashion, I'm interested in food, I want to go play pickleball with my friends. If you speak to one youth and ask them, what are you doing this weekend? They will tell you this, that, this, that, this, that. So I think that's why we wanted to do it now and in this format.
Thank you very much. Also, on top of the 4 pillars, you have many other activities lined up as well. We've got music concerts as well. So are we talking about international artists coming in? We talk about anime cosplayers as well. Do we have international content players coming in? What can we expect in terms of collaboration?
So we plan to work with all the Asian countries, bringing different acts, different shows, different music, right? Bring all of this together. Because ultimately, with the internet, we're all so connected now. And we're all just mashing and trying to find more ways to collaborate. That's ultimately also our goal, making this country a youth-centric destination.
Kadang-kadang saya lupa, kalau dulu-dulu susah kita nak kolaborasi, nak hantar email, lepas tu tunggu email dia balik, atau kadang-kadang call. Sekarang just slide into the DM. Any international artist, just slide into the DM. It's empowering, that's for sure. Kita buka ruang kepada rakan-rakan media kita, silakan. Mungkin kita cerita tentang venue dia as well. Tarikh 10 hingga 12 Julai. Is the venue confirmed? Minds International Exhibition. Why do you choose the venue?
So ultimately, we need a big space. So kita tengok banyak-banyak venue. Then it's like, Minds ni besar. We can have everything all going at once. You know, it was the perfect venue with just the right amount of space that it doesn't feel too big, just nice, and everybody feels like it's a big collaboration. We're estimating about 30,000 to 40,000 people to come for the festival. This includes from KOLs, collaborators, performers, including of the game teams that we are inviting all over.
And just to put it into perspective, we have several zones, up to about 7 zones. So that's why the space was very important. Tapi kita tak nak space dia macam food village on the one corner, fashion one corner. We wanted everything to be together. That's why Minds was chosen. Sorry.
Okay, hello. Okay, I'm Shah from Bully Channel. Okay, so I'm asking regarding that. Okay, for youngsters to come to the ASEAN Youth Festival, what can they expect for themselves? If they come to the ASEAN Youth Festival, what outcome will they get when they go there?
There's a lot to see. From new music to discover from all different Asian artists around. If they enjoy esports, we're also trying to bring skins, and not just that, but show them the competition, an international level competition, mixed with, you know how games is also like, it inspires cosplayers and hobbyists, you know, these stories. So that's what we're trying to bring in together, and that's what you can expect. Even in the food village section, we didn't want it to be like, oh, just Malaysian food. No, we wanted to share it like with all of Asia. So how can we do like mini Japan, mini Malaysia, mini Japan? You know, that was the idea. So that's what you could expect.
And it's also including the youth in every part of the process. So last time we think of youth as, okay, we need to take some money from our parents and then kita pergi kedai tu dan kita beli kan. But now the youth are business owners. They are the ones creating the brands, designing the labels. I mean, Chris is an example of that. He's a streetwear brand label owner. So it just shows that what we want to do at this place is you don't expect that the youth are coming and there are all these mature businesses. Actually, the businesses that are there, the owners, the labels that are there are these youth-owned labels. So when we say own the ecosystem, that's what we mean. They own the ecosystem.
We actually mean it. You know, nowadays it's like, as Nas said, you know, all you gotta do is just slide a DM. Hey, I like what you do. Jom, let's collaborate. You know, and that's what we want to bring in. That's what we want more youth to see. Whether if they're not already doing that, we hope to inspire them to be like, oh, I could do any of this. I could just start. You know, I don't need to wait for anyone. I could just use my phone and just begin. Yeah, that's the idea.
So on top of just enjoying the content, you can also join the competitions. I understand the mobile gaming, the Mobile Legends tournament is offering cash prize 200,000, yeah? 200,000. Sebenarnya kecil ya, kan? Sebenarnya dia ada lagi besar, tapi itu macam sad boy je.
Hai Abanas. Okay, saya Ruby daripada Ruby.my. Okay, sebenarnya belia ni umur berapa ya? Untuk tahun yang sekarang ni kan kita tengok macam belia ni white. Kadang-kadang kita dah 39 ni rasa belia. Jadi untuk umur tu anak-anak I pun dah belia, jadi diorang pun akan datang dengan ibu bapa. So apa ibu bapa boleh expect? Lepas tu ada sediakan logistik ke shuttle bus ke? Sebab I nak melepaskan anak-anak belia ni. So diorang boleh naik LRT, MRT. Thank you.
Security.
Yes.
Good.
Ruby, thank you so much for your question. Actually, it's a very good point. What we want to say also is this event sebenarnya bukan hanya untuk belia saja target audience. Yes, they are the main target audience. Tapi kita connected. Our society is very connected. We're not individual kan. So maksudnya kalau youth tu mesti dia nak bawa ibu bapa dia sekali, kawan-kawan dia sekali, jiran-jiran dia ke kan, community dia. So what we want to do is we expect that even though it's targeted towards the youth, some of these brands that the youth create are something targeted towards the older generation also. The brands that they create, not necessarily just for youth, it's a very mass audience that they're doing. So it's a place for everyone. And in terms of logistics, for us it's very important to keep it accessible, to make sure that people can, no matter what, where you come from, where you live in Malaysia, you are able to come to this festival. We work very closely with all the stakeholders to ensure that all public transportations and on-ground transportation is all interconnected so that everyone can come safely.
I would also like to add, like, I think it's a beautiful thing when your kids can come home and like, Ma, Pa, look at this content, or look what I just did, you know, and that's what it is. They don't mind sharing, they want to share. And then the parents is like, what is this show they're watching? And the next thing you know, you're all watching the show together, enjoying it. Because it's not just fun. You know, there's a lot of morals and stories, so much all can share.
Okay. Saya lega hati soal ibu bapa kan?
Hi. Good afternoon. I was just thinking, is this the first event? Will it be an annual event?
Yeah, we're planning to make this an annual event for us.
Since that is the case, how does ASEAN, ASEAN also have ASEAN Youth Festival? I mean, you guys are talking about fun and all, but the youth as part, what happened during the ASEAN Youth Festival recently was more on leadership. So maybe in the future, are you thinking about paving your path with such fun? If you don't mind me asking that question.
Thank you so much for that question. That brings us to one of our pillars, which is youth talk/youth conversations. Because you're right, it does sound fun and a lot of where's the practical part of it? You know, you want to take the fun and make it into something real, maybe a career or something proper. So then that's why we have the youth conversation section, which is one of our 7 zones. And that one will have youth leaders, thought leaders, people who have been in the business, been in the industry, to talk to young people and to share about how they can take this beyond one event. Because the idea we want is that you leave this event and you've built these connections, you have this idea, you're going to go for it. So there's this a bit of thought leadership part, which is in this one of the 7 zones, and it's called Youth Conversations.
So both of you being young and dynamic, so how do you see ASEAN taking the lead in Asia?
Sorry, how do we see
You
ASEAN?
are dynamic, young, with a lot of ambition and it's what ASEAN is now trying to do as you as the chairmanship of Malaysia last year, Philippines this year. Again, the same aim is ASEAN to push forward to be the heading of East Asia. So how do you see this event or yourself in that arena?
Well, as more collaborations happen, and I think like earlier when we had the panelists and Daniel was talking about how things have changed so much. It's also, we learn a lot from the prior experience and all the things that your generation went through. And we're learning and we're trying to figure out as we become not just business owners, but thoughtful leaders. As we try to prepare ourselves and think like, okay, how could we navigate through this cultural space and how could we improve it, right? And in a way, by doing so in all these collaborations, we're also like raising the bar. We're trying to raise the bar, We're not just doing this like, oh, for money. No, it's ideas, the concepts, and it's like, okay, we're really thinking, can we be more thoughtful about it? And like just Marina said, that's what we're trying to do with Youth Talk. Tie it all back, and all these potential leaders, business owners, cultural provocatives, we are trying to raise the bar. Whether it's a lot or a little, but we must make a move. And that's the movement that we're trying to push through as we wave through it.
And I think coming from the ASEAN Summit where Malaysia had held the chairmanship, it's a nice segue into Visit Malaysia Year 2026. Because now we have, all eyes was on us when we were holding the chairmanship, and then now inviting and opening up Malaysia, but not just from a country standpoint, but from a regional perspective as well. And now we've included also one more country, Timor-Leste. So for us, I think we look at it, yes, ASEAN is a very big player in this. But what is more intentional for us, instead of calling it ASEAN Youth Festival, we said Asian, because we feel that Asia is the most diverse continent on the planet, and to keep it to just the Southeast Asian region would be kind of going against our ethos, which is let's cross the borders, that kind of thing. So we really want to open it up to Asia.
That wasn't my. I never said you should be Asian because there is already an ASEAN Youth Festival. What you are doing is correct. The thing is, you think, okay, since we are part of ASEAN, 1, 2, that's why I asked you, will it be an annual? Because it is a one-off thing, which has happened many times. It's another waste of time. That's why my question.
Absolutely, no, I understood it. Thank you. I think the annual part is important to us, and also in between the annual events, we're hoping to have more connections with the people who have attended. So, for example, getting young people to be part of a program. So it doesn't just like once a year forget about it and then come again. Will it come back? So we're trying to keep that connectivity from the first time until all the subsequent times.
That's the magic of digital technology, right? Once you make that connection, it's so easy to continue staying connected and to achieve great things together. I understand some of the misgivings. Sometimes kita panggil dalam bahasa kita hangat-hangat teh ayam. Where we go, we gah, and then alamak, that's it. So follow through is very important. And well, I'm sure the youth can handle it. Any more questions from the floor?
Do our best. Do our best.
No pressure, no pressure. Any questions from the floor?
No more.
Or maybe just to wrap things up. Oh, no, serious.
Hi, Anastasia
Hi,
from
Anas.
Fantastic Vitam. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about schedule and from where to where, especially with public transport.
And also maybe for the international community coming as well. Logistics.
Sorry, your question was scheduling and transportation for everybody. So we are
From where to where?
from where to where?
Yeah. Where can the, audience?
How would they come to the venue?
Yes.
If you don't mind me taking this, it'll be a mix of a collaboration with all sort of transport and because we're working very closely, supported by the Ministry of Tourism. So definitely as a supporter, they are going to work very closely to ensure that not just like ground transportation, but because to ensure that Malaysia incoming flights into the region, into the country will be would also play a part, along with public transportation and on-ground transport. So that will be something that we roll out in the coming months, and we'll definitely share it out with people so that they have an idea of how to plan their journey to come for the festival.
What is the target audience for the 3 days festival?
Well, ultimately we are targeting the youth since we are empowering them. We want them to be heard, seen, and involved. But at the same time, it's a family-friendly event, and I'm sure families would love to come and enjoy. And like I say, even pickleball, everybody plays it, right? Esports nowadays, start playing when you're young, and then you grow older and you're still playing it. Even our own Deputy Minister of Tourism, he casually knows all the animes, he's just talking about it. So it really shows a wide range. Yeah.
How many audience are you expecting for this 3 days?
30,000.
30,000. That's your max.
That's our targeted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent. Jadi following back on kesinambungan of ASEAN going to Asia, I really hope the big dreams. And that's the thing about youth, we of the older generation, kita yang dah rasa kesakitan kan, sure you guys want to go straight to Asia, But that's the thing with youth, you cannot put down their enthusiasm. And so, they will do it. They will try. Whether they fail or succeed, it doesn't matter because they have the courage to walk the path. So, well done Marina. Thank you Chris. Thank you very much. Rakan-rakan media kita.
Thank you, Mia, all for coming and showing